One. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Akuban Nights.
We gave him all the warning in the world. We didn't talk for about 30 seconds straight, and Neal just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is that a problem?
Yeah.
How's that dickish? What? Okay.
You are a monster.
I'm sorry. Were you not ready? Did you need to like have a specific face for being live?
Yes. Hang on.
Oh, well, that's a genuine Maya look right there. Anyway, the
genuine Maya look is.
All right, it's the faux Maya look, the tolerating goblins Maya look.
The Maya mask.
Wonderful. Do you guys have light, lanterns, torches, ways to see in the dark?
Let me check my character sheet.
Awesome. Sounds like the goblins are going to lead you into their cave, which is dark. And...
I mean, I have candles, I guess.
Oh yeah, a little bit of candlelight will help you out.
At least I won't bump into anybody.
No.
I mean, it's going to be more epic once we're inside the cave and only have candlelight, and then we see all these eyes pop up and 80 goblins around us.
A forgery kit would have a candle for like lighting wax seals and stuff, right?
Probably, yeah. You've got some level of candling on you, but there's no torches or lanterns.
Sealing wax as a candle.
Literally, all my adventuring shit is on my camel.
Oh, you lost your camel too. Stupid bit. Okay. So you adventure into the goblin cave. That's great. Wonderful.
Great.
You can hear the echoing of all the sounds. The water dripping just kind of reverberates through the walls. There's not much of a breeze here, maybe a slight, gust every now and then from who knows what. And the gibbering of goblins is all around you. Your vision is pretty limited, but what you can see is that you are brought in past some barricades and forward-facing spikes, brought over a small rickety bridge over some sort of waterway below you, past some more barricades, deeper into the goblin complex where there are twists and turns, lefts and rights, and unseen passageways. And you travel fairly deep into the goblin network. You pass in this massive cave area all sorts of little buildings, many of them built with leathers strapped over or under various like bones. Some of them look like whale bones, some of them look like large cat bones. Some of these structures in here are made with sticks. Some of them are actually like mudded up. And eventually, after maybe 15, 20 minutes of being wandered through this area, various goblins stop to chat for a moment, which Yassi translates. Most of them are saying, "Hey, Rockfinder, what are you doing?" He's like, "Look, I found some humans." I'm like, "Holy crap, you found humans? Are you taking them to see the big chief?" And Rockfinder's like, "Yep, on our way there." "Well, you want to come back for dinner later tomorrow? The wife is making up some kobold stew." Yeah, that's great. See you later.
That makes real kobolds.
So I'm doing my best here to actually keep track of where we're being navigated through this tunnel network.
Yeah, give me an intelligence check. The better you do, the
I'm so intelligent.
better you'll be able to find your way out.
Maya is going to pull out a little scrap of paper and actually keep track of where we are and keep track of forks in the tunnel and lefts and rights.
The goblins are moving pretty quickly. They just keep tugging your hand and come on.
Yeah, but Maya's going to sort of just quickly make some notations though, just to sort of have sort of straight on, sort of like 2 forks left, 1 right.
Sure. Neka, you got a 28 on your int?
Yes.
Sammy, I should say. You don't recognize.
Sammy, Dan, Neka, whatever you want to call me.
No, it should be Sammy or Dan.
I should change my my name on Roll20, man.
Yeah. Let me just get a little bit of lighting in here for you.
Oh god, we have a map.
We got maps. Oh yeah.
Well, we're dead.
Prepared for this?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, this was Neal's plan all along.
Yeah, we're actually following like a plan Neal has put together for us. This is.
Dude, you don't even know. Guys, you don't even know.
This whole campaign has been directing us just to this goblin cave. The Motel underground
Damn it,
map.
I knew I should have shot the goblin. I knew I should have shot the goblin.
It's when you
Okay.
play a sandbox game and you take every grasp that the DM throws at you. Just the first thing he throws at you says, yes, okay. Oh god.
Cave maps? Do I not have any cave maps? I must have a cave image.
That looks cavey. That's a stalactite.
For this room.
Oh yeah, different other image. Oh, this is the one thing I wasn't ready for.
Ah.
This is it? Everything else you're prepared for?
Everything is ready except I forgot to get a good stream image for a cave.
Because Neal
Okay.
doesn't care about the stream.
That is a ridiculous statement that has never been true.
Don't worry, Neal. I'm just stalling for time for you.
Okay, I appreciate it. We're ready. We got an image.
Okay, show me that.
So here you guys are. There are goblins all about. I guess Yassi should be on here as well.
We always forget Yassi.
Well, eventually that'll be the end of her. Okay.
We just look behind and she's not there.
What happened to Yassi? Oh, I haven't seen her in a few weeks. Did we leave her in the goblin cave? Oh, shit.
She's just there like, fucking, this is fine. Great, hi guys.
She prefers being with the goblins. At least she can talk to them.
Yeah.
You come back, she's just gone feral. She's just like, I'm a goblin now, hi guys.
I am now the goblin queen. You have no more sway over me. I'm so tired of putting up with you.
Yeah, I'm sick of your bullshit. Get him, guys.
Okay. So here you are in a goblin cave.
Can I roll for my cartography to try
Yes,
and...
please. Give me a cartography check.
Is it just the cartography roll, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Where's cartography gone? So 11. So what would that be? So just roll. Wait, no, hang on. Is it?
D20 plus 11. Yeah.
So that get you both spoke at the same time.
D20 plus 11.
Right. Okay. There we go.
Yep. Yeah, you managed to make some notes, but the goblins kept pulling you, and you're like getting the scrap of paper, and you got it in one hand while you're holding the goblet and your pen, and you're trying to dip it in your ink box, and it's a struggle. You spill
I'm
some
using a
ink.
charcoal pencil.
Oh, I'm sorry. You wouldn't want to spill ink on yourself. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
God.
Anyway, while you're in here, the goblin shaman comes on out to see what Rockfinder has brought him. Her? It? I don't know, I never rolled for my goblin's gender. Her. The goblin shaman stands on the ledge looking out over and turns to see the five of you. Sammy, why are you hiding behind this wall, huh? What are you doing
I
back
didn't
here?
put myself there.
Don't be hiding behind walls. Be friendly. And speaks in fairly fluent common. Welcome. You are here to exchange?
I say, greetings. My name is Mother Sarah. I'm, I guess the shaman of my religion, you can say, and I'm traveling these roads with my family. And we are here to trade, yes.
I am Great Shaman, also known as Chief, also known as Skullbearer.
Question: what skull do you bear?
And it will pull out a large ox skull and place it on its head. You know, it's big enough that the goblin head fits inside and can see through the ox's eye sockets, and the horns come up.
May's just like, oh, that's wonderful. Oh, how marvelous. Brilliant.
You, trade? It points to Maya, specifically, decked out in the jewelry. Gold? Gem? What you want?
We wish to trade some gold and gems in return for safety here for a while. We are being hunted by bad people and would like you to keep us safe. We will give you many shiny things in return.
The goblin comes to the edge of the ledge, as close to Maya as she's gonna get, and reaches down a filthy, clammy, stinky hand to take tribute from Maya.
Maya will reach into her bag and pull out another sort of like, she'll pull out like a necklace, like a very nice looking necklace, and just sort of like offer it to her in the most sort of like,
Oh, wonderful.
respectful
Yeah.
way.
The shaman takes it from you and holds it up towards the firelight, looks at it, and then puts it around her neck. Well, takes off the skull, puts it around her neck, puts the skull back on. And approves, and then says loudly in Goblin to the whole cave, which Yasi translates for you, "These people are here under protection. No harm come to them. They make us rich. Keep them safe." And you guys have a semi-permanent place to call home. The goblins, in joy of all of the wealth you're bringing them, will even clear out one of these large huts for you guys. This one over here to the right, which you can kind of see in the campfire light. It's a very large building made out of whale bones, and that can be your temporary new home.
Oh, how delightfully bijou.
Yeah, it smells pretty bad, but it's safe and dry, and no one will ever find you here. You're fairly certain.
That's the plan.
Step 1 of the plan, find safety. Step 2 of the plan, recover to full HP, or what? How long are you guys going to stay here with the goblins? What's your plan?
There's nothing else we particularly want from them other than possibly using them as mercenaries ourselves or protection when we leave.
You could also get information from them, though. If they trade with the cities or other cities and they have merchants coming in or passing by, then you get information from them as well. Because they could ask, how the Civil War is going.
Sure. Let's just pass some time. Why don't you give me any questions you might have for the goblins? They will happily talk with you since you guys are doing so well together, and we'll see what sort of information they give. But I also want like a day or night count of how long you want to stay here.
Well, the plan is to get to full HP, right?
So,
Unless anyone says otherwise.
So that's 3 days? No. 3, 6, 9 days?
I'm 10 HP down. So what is the healing?
You need to be at 5. Wounds of 5 or less can be healed.
Yes.
So you need 5 HP of healing, and you do 2 HP every 3 days. So you need 9 days of healing, 9 days of rest before you can be magically healed.
It's always 2 HP every 3 days.
Yeah, because it's normally 1 every 3, but the medic gives you 2 every 3.
Okay.
Rather than 1 every 1.5. It's just easier.
So 3 days at a time, see if any developments are made.
Sure. So the first 3 days pass. Go ahead and Sammy, you should roll for MP too.
I should technically.
Yeah. You can get full bed rest, but the studying conditions here are pretty abysmal.
Can I at least attempt it at a slower rate?
Let's see. Where's our wizard rework?
It's D wisdom, right?
Yeah, but there's like 2 cycles, right? There's the day and the night, and I want to see what the arcane recovery is for your day study. Ow. No. Go over here. D&D 2.N Wizards. Here we go. You can get full quality sleep, so you roll at advantage, and during the day, you can get full recovery, but I don't think you're gonna get any. You can get full recovery or partial studying, which is the same. So it's gonna be one roll at advantage and 1 regular roll each day.
Okay, so
the first day you recover 21. Is that brings you to full? Wow. Good roll.
I have 19 max MP right now, I believe. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And you also gain 2 HP, bringing you to 4. You guys have been in this dank goblin cave for 3 days now. What would you have liked to ask the goblins?
I would like to ask the goblins if they can get me a large bowl of clean water and some soap or some like nice smelling herbs or something.
They will bring you a large bowl of clean water and a bushel of rosemary. And some basil.
I smell like lamb, that's fine. And I'm gonna shoo everybody out of the tent and do my best to have like a bath, wash my hair, and clean my clothes.
Done. You do the best that you can with the poor lighting conditions and the, cold water. Ugh, God, so uncivilized.
Sammy, is there anything you do to make this water warmer?
And this is why your studying goes so badly. There's always somebody screaming to heat up water.
Sammy!
I cast magic missile on the water?
They're not heated, darling.
It does not heat it, yeah.
You just spray water everywhere. It's like, no!
You can also put the bowl on the fire pit.
I could. I mean, yeah.
Sammy, put the bowl on the fire pit for me, Sammy.
I minor disintegrate the bucket.
You show him.
All right. Did you have no questions for the goblins then?
I would have asked for like an audience with the shaman, I guess.
Okay. The shaman will speak to you, although always in the accompaniment of well-armed and armored goblins.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It appears that the shaman has 4 guards with them. These ones are wearing like scraps of metal and leather combined with a shield, and they carry maces. You would get that they have like AC 16 between their armor and everything. The shaman leader is just wearing leathers and that big skull thing, and then the random other goblins you see around are a mix of unarmored. About half of them are unarmored, and half of them wear leather and shields. So, half warriors, half civilians, yada yada. Anyway, you can go ahead and speak with the shaman. What would you like to say?
So I talked to Rockfinder when he brought us here.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed to me like he was slightly injured, and I healed him. You do know what that is, right? To heal somebody. Can you heal? Do you have the power to heal?
No. Nadinus, great goddess, but no healing.
Right, but how has he been healed before?
Secret. Goblins have many strong allies. He says proudly. She says proudly.
I guess I hold up my hands with all my rings on them, and I say, you can tell who I'm following, can't you?
Martha, okay, goddess.
But whoever your strong ally is, has to be follower of Martha as well.
Yes.
And is there no way you would tell us who that ally is?
Human. On boat. Blue with red circle and yellow. Which sounds like the family sigil of the... DM scrambles to grab the name from his notes. The Gildarin family. I'm sorry, Stone Song. No. Tezrohan. I'm sorry, I got it. Tezrohan family. That one's the real one, I promise.
Tezrohan. Wait, are those the riders?
They are in charge of travel.
Tezrohan, human travel, the shipbuilders, bridge and road assessment. Right. And the Tezrohan family. One second. What is that? Tezrohan is... Oh, they are allied with the Gildarin and the Stone Songs. Right. Okay, I will thank her for her time, and I will also let her know that while we're staying here, if any of the goblins, have any minor injuries, I would be happy to help with that.
Oh, yes.
As a token of goodwill.
Okay. Bud, do you have anything that you'd like to ask the goblins or get from them?
No, they should just stay out of my way.
Okay. They can do that.
Just keeping to myself, I'm not happy here.
Yep.
So he's mostly with his family.
Why is doing your best to sort of butter the goblins up?
And Sammy, what about you? Any questions?
I have a question for the DM. The simple summoning spell. I wish to know whether it's possible to summon a specific creature, or whether it's chosen at random from the entire plane of existence, or if it is the closest one. Or
so when you say summon a specific creature, like you couldn't summon like John, the farmer from so-and-so, but you could summon...
I could summon human, assuming human was within the CR boundaries. Or summon kobold, or summon goblin, or summon horse, summon snake, etc. But where does it come from?
No idea.
There's no experimentation that I would have experimented on this to see if it at least affected the closest creature.
Well, give me the experiment you would run.
A snake nearby, summon a snake, see if that is the one that was summoned.
If you repeat enough trials, you will find that sometimes it is the closest one, but not always. It is not a guarantee. You have summoned a snake from across the room before, but you've also summoned a snake that is definitely not native to Akuba. You've summoned like a Drakissian snake. And I guess technically it could have been somewhere in the palace kept as like an exotic pet, but, it's a little bit of randomness.
So what kind of randomness? Like a 50-50?
No. No. Unreliably random. That is to say...
More like, how many times out of it was it the closest creature?
When did you learn simple summoning? How long have you had this spell?
I have had this... It is a first level conjuration spell, so I've had it with it any time between 16 years old and my current age, which is 25.
So you could have done many tests with it.
Yes.
Is Sammy summoning snakes to figure out if it's the right snake, like from his pet snake, a common thing? Were there lots of snakes running loose around the castle because you kept summoning them?
Worth,
Ooh.
but it's so it's like maybe I've done 10 to 15 trials, and I've done it on different creatures, not just like snake.
Right.
But it can still be.
Oh, it's an expensive and lengthy spell to cast.
Yeah,
okay.
it takes an hour. So, say I've done it 20 times.
Okay. Let me make a secret GM roll. Once in 20 times.
It's the closest.
Yep, once in 20 from your experimentations.
All right.
You can try and like simple summon a person.
No. Although if I were to, let's say one time I did simple summon human, what happened? They were there for a minute.
Yep. You just summoned a random person from out of existence and like into the royal family in Akuban, and they're looking around like, what the fuck am
In
I?
a small study.
Sure, but like, you know, they're still in like a palace study, beautiful walls, wealthy everything. The person's looking around completely dumbfounded. They've got what do you call it? Like a hoe in one hand and like a bag of vegetables strapped to their hip. Clearly a farmer pulled from somewhere. What languages do you speak?
Say like I summoned the wrong person. Don't worry about it. It happens sometimes with magic.
Wrong number.
You phone who this?
Can I go
New
home?
circle who it is.
Can I go home, please? Where am I?
Of course.
It's all in Eridonian. Oh God. Where are we?
He speaks Eridonian. Do
Yeah.
I speak Eridonian?
If you don't get any of this. You can still identify the
Yes.
language. Okay.
I do speak Eridonian.
Yeah, they speak it fluently, no accent.
Brother, what have you done, brother? Why, brother?
It lasts a minute. I'm on my own.
You just walk past him and you're just
I
like,
said-
does he start speaking to himself? This is so weird.
I sense
Yeah.
a disturbance in the force.
Yeah. So you definitely summoned somebody from Eridon once by accident.
All right.
Not a particularly useful person, but
No, but it did work on a human,
it did work on a human.
which is weird. No, I don't have any more use for that spell right now. Then.
Okay.
Thank you
So
for
the
that
first
insight.
3 days have passed. Can I get a... None of you speak Goblin.
Nope.
Will someone
Yasi.
roll me a perception check for Yasi? Does she have a stat block yet?
Does she have a stat block?
I don't think she has a stat block. Oh wait, hold on. She probably exactly has a stat block.
Rolling from the
She
first session
has,
still.
yeah, she has your NPC stat block.
Yeah. She doesn't have a perception score, of course. Perfect. Because this stat block is still using the standard 2e character sheet. So we're gonna give her 13. Someone roll me a d20 plus 13. Bud, you've been quiet. It's your turn to roll. That's a perception check for
It's
Yasi.
your fault if she.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So during those first 3 days, Yasi will come and find you guys at some point and say, I've overheard the goblins chattering amongst themselves about the amount that they're getting out of this trade. She looks at Maya. They see your apparent wealth and want more.
Have they asked us directly?
No, but I can hear them over, the lesser goblins chatting amongst themselves about how much money you have and how little they're getting from what they see.
Well, the voice that matters is the one of the shaman, surely. or that of the leaders. Perhaps we should go talk to them about it?
I don't... Maybe. Whatever you think is best.
Maya, it's your wealth.
How much would I have spent of my extra 50 gold of jewelry at the moment, do you reckon?
I mean, you give them to him in chunks, right?
Yeah, I'd say I would have given him maybe like 10 to 15 gold so far.
Sure. But don't you have like hundreds of GP or thousands of GP worth of jewelry, not 50?
Most of it's full of poison, though.
Oh,
There's
okay.
I've got, like 50 GP full of like non-toxic jewelry. After that, it gets dicey.
Got it.
Start selling poison. No?
If we start getting greedy, I'm just going to make them a delicious stew instead.
Excellent.
So yeah, so Maya will just sort of I'll just be there like, I'll go and talk to the goblin leader in private, I think.
You can find the goblin leader.
I will.
Go. Yeah.
Yeah, I will sort of give her a deep bow and just sort of be like I wish to once again present you with a token of our esteem for allowing us to stay here, and I will offer her like a sort of gold encrusted, sort of like jewel encrusted bracelet worth about 10 GP. So just sort of like again with a bow and just be like, we're very grateful to you.
Good. You should be. Thank you. And it takes the jewelry and gives you a dismissive gesture.
I will give her the politest fuck you bow. It's just like it's so polite. It's just like, I just turn with like just the glacial politeness.
All right. The next 3 days will pass. Go ahead and gain 2 more HP there, Sammy.
Very
Or
well.
reduce your wound by 2, whatever. Anything else you guys would like to do in this cave?
2 HP?
2 HP every 3 days, yeah?
Yeah.
So you should be down by 4?
I'm down by 6.
By 6? Okay. Close, but no
So it's
cigar.
been 6 days.
Right. Anything else you guys want to get from these suckers? Or should we just skip ahead to all the fun stuff?
Within those 3 days, can we find a way back out of the cave?
Yes, I'm going to just reveal the entire cave to you.
Just turn dynamic lighting off, basically.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. You've been here for a week, just about.
That's a big map.
The Goblin Cave is quite large.
Was I able to do any studying, by the way? just
Not much.
not
The lighting
all.
in here is pretty terrible. You're constantly being interrupted by goblins. It's not a very good environment in which to study.
So, the 9 days can count as 1 day. It's fine.
Yeah. Sounds like there's nothing else you guys want to do or ask of the goblins. So can I get another perception check for Yassi? See if she overhears any other discussions. Bud, you are our Yassi roller.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful. That work? Nope, that did not work. Damn it.
I'm in pitch black.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying to.
It's because you're already unconscious, Necker.
If I do it like this, and then we go like that. Damn it. I
No,
want
it
it
works.
to leave.
I
want
mean,
us to
we
leave
have
it.
what we had before.
Yeah, I wanted you guys to have everything, but not have global illumination, like the layout of the map, but still localized lighting.
Oh, we have to, scan ourselves. You have to, reveal the area with the Fog of War tool.
Yeah.
Just reveal the entire map with that on.
Okay. And
As long as
then-
you've got the
Perfect,
dim
there we
light
go.
reveals.
Yeah. Okay.
That worked.
That should be fine. You should now have the layout of the map without seeing the tokens on it. I think I'm revealing
Yes.
each area bit by bit.
This is where we die.
Yep. Cool. You rolled well for her. So she, on the, let's say, 6th day in here, overhears some more goblins talking, and comes to you with news that what was their name? The Tesrohan family has recently landed a small skiff out on the beach and traded with the goblins for some information and some tools and some valuables. And in the process, the goblins have learned that there is a large group of people from a different family that's kind of like positioned an army on the peninsula and sort of blocking passage up and down the peninsula. That the waterways are fairly open, controlled by the Gildaran, Stonesong, and Tesrahan block of people. And that the war is kind of quiet on the surface. Kind of quiet. At least from what the goblins have heard.
So if we wanted to sneak back into like the capital or something, might be a good time now.
Perhaps we could find your camel.
I'm sure someone else has found my camel.
Have any of you guys been outside yet? Or have you been spending the entire time in the cave?
For sanity's sakes, yes.
Yeah, Maya's probably gone outside just to sort of like give her falcon some exercise every day. And also to get rid of the smell.
Right, right. Okay. Let's go one more set of 3 days then.
Yeah, before we start with these 3 days, I'm gonna try to talk to Sarah.
Ah, yes.
Sarah, I know we are on friendly terms right now with the goblins, but do you think we should announce our departure in full, or just take a little stroll outside for fresh air and then just leave? I mean, the Tesrohan family had contact with the goblins. I don't know what they told them.
Well, we paid for their
I'm not-
protection. And
Yes, but I'm not sure if they want to let all this wealth walk out to the door. I'm just raising my concerns.
which common did the Goblin Shaman speak?
Akuban.
Then we can talk to each other in Eridonian.
It would be super suspicious if they overheard us.
Maya doesn't speak Aradonian.
Well, that just depends on if Bud is coming to us with this query in Akuban.
I think the best way to do it would be to leave behind a bundle with some items to thank them for their protection, together with a letter, and just quietly leave. Because that pays them for their service, and it also, like, is respectful enough. I think just walking out might be a problem.
How are we going to get out without them noticing?
We just leave. They haven't prevented us entry from anywhere before. They don't know how long we're staying. We've been paying indefinitely so far.
Or we could just politely
think
say
they-
goodbye.
I think they follow Sammy's well-being. So once he is fully rested, I'm pretty sure they know that we might go then.
I still have quite battered wounds right now, but in a few days, I'm hoping my sister will be able to help.
Yes. I think the best thing would be to offer them future trade, perhaps. We don't need to follow through on it. We just say we're going to come back with more stuff for them. Use they agreed against them. To let us go without issues.
We'll just keep our. I mean, we've had a trade deal with these goblins before as Akubans with Sandashar, not Sandashar, Talishar. So, I mean, we just our trades are kept open. It has been a fruitful endeavor for them so far. They have no reason to dishonor that.
So that doesn't tell us whether you want us to leave quietly or whether you would want us to, you know.
I see no harm in leaving quietly. But I do see a risk if we leave. If we leave announced.
I, on the other hand, think that the goblin shaman would be very offended if we left without saying anything, and we should take our leave politely. I'd say we'll be back with more trade goods for them in the future.
Well, my opinion on the matter isn't strong enough to argue either point. So whatever the rest of the family decide is what I go with.
The goblin believes it's important. We must treat it like it is important, otherwise it'll get pissy. I'm looking at Bud as I say this.
I take a pissed goblin shaman or chief any day over my own life.
I register.
I think Sarah's idea was good.
What, sneak out?
And leave them a gift?
Well, then, that is the majority so far, and that's what I side with.
Do you really think that we can sneak out of a cave full of goblins?
We just
I mean, I
leave.
could, but
There's no sneaking involved. We leave a note and we just walk.
they won't.
We-
They won't notice.
They haven't barred our passage before.
I know they haven't got. It's polite to. Oh. Do what you want.
You can always tell them we're leaving after we're gone.
How?
Well, simply you stay here. The four of us leave. And then you announce that we're leaving.
Wait. Who?
Why don't we just leave and you send her a message?
I wouldn't trust goblins with my message hawk, thank you very much.
No, I mean, Sammy said he can send messages, right?
Oh, yeah,
Not
that.
yet. It's terrible conditions in here. I've barely been able to study.
Okay.
You haven't tried, Sammy. That was always your problem. Just couldn't buckle down.
My vote is to leave whilst still letting them know. Just not in person.
Good. So it is decided.
I
So-
register strong disapproval.
Yeah. You strongly disapprove, but the rest of the family agrees, and so you guys all walk out of the cave.
3 days later.
3 days later.
Yeah.
This
And
is
we
day
Day
6,
six.
right?
We leave a
Day
package
9.
behind, right?
You're gonna wait until day 9 to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
after the full heal.
Are you lot clubbing together for this package? Because my ear is just not wanting to hand any more good jewelry over.
Is there any way I can make Sammy's sleeping more comfortable? Can I take him in my hands and just cuddle with him?
You could rock him back and
More
forth.
belly?
Yeah, absolutely. You can gently cradle his head and whisper sweet nothings and tell him he's a good boy and scratch his back. You know.
Does that help?
With
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
I feel morally supported.
Good.
I can offer up a mithril piece, which is 100 gold.
That seems nice.
That's probably shinier than they know what to deal with.
That's also way more than, you know, a week of lodging would cost anywhere and
It's
protection.
all it's either one.
No, I'm
gold
saying,
or
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying they can't be mad about that, you know? They can't be like, oh, we deserved so much more than this, because that's a pretty good deal you gave them.
All right. And out the party goes. It's been a week. That's been 9 days. You are all fully healed.
Yes.
You exit the cave. And as you're all hanging out near the entrance, with all of your gear, just kind of standing there. Oh god, I broke something. Oh god, I
kind of
really
walking
broke
away,
something.
and
Yeah.
we discover that someone's waiting for us.
No, but the one of the goblins kind of comes up and tugs on Yassi's sleeve as you're all heading down near the beach. And Yassi turns to the little goblin, who jabbers at her, and she looks back at you guys and says, the shaman said he wanted to speak with me?
You go alone?
No, yes, he's not going alone anywhere.
I'll go alone. I'll go with Yassi.
Could we not just still leave?
Wait, I am gonna speak in Eridonian now. Are you really now turning around and walking inside the cave again?
I do as my lords command me to.
Didn't we decide that we leave? We can't let her go. We can't Maya let go in alone.
What are you saying?
Are there other goblins around, or is it just that one?
Yeah, there's a few standing around.
It's
You're-
asking Yassi go in, or Maya.
They want.
said-
They asked for Yassi.
I'm offering to go with Yassi.
Yeah. I mean, you could just tell him we're going to. You can see him tomorrow, or her tomorrow, or later. We need to stretch our legs.
They keep tugging on Yassi and trying to pull her towards the cave. They have no idea what you're saying.
Of course.
Lords? Ladies?
I go to brush goblins off of her, like her clothing, and then like put up just a hand to
Sure.
try and ask them to wait.
Okay. They get shoot off and you guys leave. You're on the beach. Let's go back to our world map and let's get rid of these creepy sounds. You
I guess
are successfully
easy
on the
enough.
beach. Yeah. Just because there's a battle map doesn't mean that there's a battle.
Except for the internal battle of the family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the battle we have with Neal.
Oh, I think the
Every
battle
second
amongst
of
the
the day.
family is the worst one. You guys can't agree on anything.
Yeah, but that's intentional, right?
Sure. I mean, it's family, right? That's how it goes.
Uh-huh.
Wonderful. So you're down by the beach again, and you're at full HP. The goblins have given you some rest, some much-needed rest. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
What are our options here? We can go back to the city and do something. Maybe we could try and get a boat somewhere. There's an army cutting off the peninsula, so we're not going that way. What do we think?
Well, the options haven't changed a lot. We just know of the army. We know that traveling by sea is possible. And yeah, where do you want to go?
Well, I think the city might be an idea. We could book passage on a ship. I would very much like to
someone
find
just
out-
say that this is the region where they will search for us anyway? That's why we went to the goblins to hide there, because they wouldn't never expect us to be.
There's
the
a
goblins?
giant-
A regiment on the road.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a bit when you're done with your conversation.
There is. I would just very much like to find out if my mother's alive.
And I think the last allies we have, if we still have any left, are still at the capital.
If you wish, you could send your hawk again. Or I could
To
get
do
that
what?
spell. To retrieve another message from her. She was in danger, but that was 9 days ago. Possibly 10.
Yes, I know. Honestly, she's always been terrible at actually sending useful messages. So.
You wish to see her in person?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about the map. I've added a new map element, and I'm going to show you guys a handout that will help explain these map elements. Since there is a war going on, we will have to be dealing with army sizes and groups. So we've got some simple notation. This can be found in your handouts if you ever need help with it, to sort of figure. You don't have to look at this stuff, but it's here if you
No.
want to.
I just went, infantry, missile. Oh no!
Yeah, so we've got
Vision.
3 different types of units that are represented by those markers, and then we've got like sizes of units represented by other markers. If you lay them over top of each other, it'll make sense. So if we look at the map right here, we can see that the 3 vertical lines of this army group is a regiment, which is roughly 300 troops or so. And they have parked themselves here on the Cape of Rohana, or at least that's what you've been hearing about.
So basically, we should avoid everything that's not a circle.
Probably. I mean, that's not always an enemy thing, but as the war develops and there are things moving around the map, I will place tokens and markers for you to use to kind of see where things are as needed. And this little handy dandy chart is in the handout section of your journal, if you ever need it. Anyway. So you're just chilling here. Where are you guys gonna go? You've sort of been twiddling your thumbs now for a week in game, having not decided anything, and time is just passing you by, and you've been living with goblins. It kind of feels like your indecision on this matter is giving you the worst of all options. Badarios, you are the heir to the throne. I think it's time for some decisive leadership. Where are you going to take your family?
First of all, I'm happy that we are outside again, not surrounded by goblins. So that's a positive thing. But we need to move somewhere, and we need to find out if we have some allies anywhere.
All right, so how do we do that?
Contact.
I mean, you could contact your mother. She's in the capital, right? Could she hear around if there is any support for us?
You've just turned on a voice modulator.
Nope. He sounds normal.
No, Old Mighty did.
Nope. He sounds normal.
No.
No, it doesn't sound normal to
Okay.
me.
Oh.
It fixed itself.
Oh.
It's fun. Good. I don't know what you did. He sounded alien for a second.
Well, where are you guys gonna go? What are you gonna do?
Sounds normal to me.
No, sounds
There's,
weird.
there's just like a hum in the like a deep hum.
I think as long as there
It's
is
fine.
this, as long as there are those troops stationed at the Cape of Rohana, we probably can't just walk to Sandashar, right? We could take a boat maybe, but walking through there without being detected would be difficult. Is that correct?
You might be able to pass through the woods, north of the Brasslands, the Bracarian Forest, and it would be harder to control that, but that's, you know, definitely the open section of the Cape you would not be able to pass through without being spotted. Maybe the woods, maybe the coastlines.
Right. Well, what I will do then is I will send my message hawk off to my mother with just a sort of like, you know, a request for more information on what's happening.
Sure. It'll take the hawk a day to get there and a day to get back.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I could learn a spell. To also.
Where are you guys gonna be? You
Where
just gonna
are
sit
we
on the
right-
beach?
Where are we right now?
You're down here. The right near Talishar on the ocean's edge. There's a bunch of goblins, you know, 50 feet away, hanging out. You
So I
can't
guess-
just sit on the beach and learn a spell. You
I
need
guess
somewhere to be.
Whatever we're gonna decide, right? Like, if we want to go to Sandashar, whether we want to take on the barbarians, we would still have to go along the coastline and then up here, right?
I think a boat would be a very good idea.
Who are you gonna get a
Yeah,
boat
we
from?
might- Fishing village,
Talishar,
maybe?
Charter a boat.
Head into Talishar, charter boat. Not get arrested? Possibly. Unlikely. Find a fishing village. Might work.
Maya, sort of like, I will volunteer to go into Talishar in disguise, charter a boat, and pick everybody else up from the coast.
Ah.
Does that sound like a good idea?
How long do you?
And where are we going then?
Do you not?
Well, and
I
after you
might
pick us
not.
up, we have
I would
travel,
really-
but not a destination.
We need to get to the capital, I feel.
What are you gonna do in the capital?
We will never be able to enter the capital without getting instantly arrested.
You won't.
Okay.
All right, let's refocus. What is your grand goal right now? What are you guys doing? Because I get the feeling that you all feel fairly lost.
Okay. I have communicated to my party or family that Sammy wishes to gain either power, allies, or whatever, and that if he spends a day learning this messenger spell, he can at least get word and get word back from... No, he can only send word to the guy that is quite loyal to us. Quite definitely.
And what are you, if you only can send it,
In Talishar.
what would we want to do with that?
Describe where we are and to bring information or
Ask him to bring a boat.
a boat.
Okay, but again, if you get a boat, where are you gonna go? We're kind of just going in circles here. What are you guys trying to do? I want
to
do you
do
do?
one of two things: power in the form of magic weapons, magic armor, or whatever, or power in the form of allies, which would be one of the
Sure. So let's pick one thing.
factions in the Civil War.
Let's pick one thing. What do you want to do first? Do you want to go for weapons or do you want to go for political negotiations? But let's
This
pick
may go
one
the way.
and go after it.
Political negotiations is just a very risky option for us right now, but it's a very advantageous option for us if it goes well.
We suck at negotiating.
You haven't.
So here's the thing. Here's the
We
thing.
haven't
We have
tried.
nothing to negotiate for. We have nothing to
What's the
give to
problem?
another family. Zero political power. Absolutely uninteresting.
You're married.
There are
Sarah's
allies-
right.
Listen
You
to
have
me
no
one second.
leverage.
Listen to me. There might be allies in Santa Star, but we're probably not gonna get them out there anyways. Like, there's no way we're just all gonna walk out of there. Even if Maya goes in alone, she's not gonna walk out there with all these people.
Okay.
Is what I think. So I think we probably have to go for power at the moment, and we probably have to go for tombs and for forging tiny alliances that nobody else has thought about so far.
Okay.
In that case, our alliances options have been whittled down to either the barbarians of the Brasslands, or, as discussed earlier, the
Stop spreading out your options. We're trying to focus. We're trying to narrow our scope, Sammy. I don't mean to bully
one
you
or the
here,
other.
but
I just wanted to make sure it was mentioned that we had discussed earlier that we wanted to make friends with the hermits on the outskirts. So that is a long-term goal.
okay. But short-term goal, like you're standing on a
goal,
beach. Let's not talk about your
power.
political alliances. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do today, right now? What's your
Do we
objective?
have enough power to deal with with barbarians? To talk to them, to fight them, to have a conversation.
Do you think you have enough power, Sammy?
How many times have we nearly died so far?
I think we're in an advantageous position in that we are no longer a ruling family, and so that they don't have quarrel with us anymore, and that they are Akuban themselves, and
I'm pretty sure
they
they
have their
don't
own
know us.
goal. They were working to fight the roads for a very specific reason.
Last episode, we had this discussion about which families to align to, and I wanted to align to the Terrahazen, which are the travelers, and you all talked me out of it, and we went through the Suez, just because we have nothing to trade for, and now this hasn't changed in any shape or form. We still have nothing to trade for.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I said.
in my
like,
opinion,
So
I
ignore the
think that no, we should monitor what's going on in Akuba. We should try to reach out to some people who have been loyal to us, just so we know how they are, how it is going, or if there's anything coming up that they are able to reach us or contact us, and otherwise pursue that what our father laid out for us, because we can't deal with armies. We're only 4 people. We can't deal with the global politics because we have no power. So what do we want to do? We can stay with the goblins for the next 5 years and wait until everything is over. It's gonna be a bit boring, I think, and someone is going to have to marry one of the goblins. But hey, it's gonna be great.
We
You need to do something.
We have.
Otherwise, I'm gonna send a dragon to kill you.
Made friends with goblins. Let's make friends with someone else now. To
We
acquire
did just
friends,
out on the goblins without saying anything, so you know.
but leaving them a mithril piece. They are multitudes of richer than they were before. Let's acquire power, and then talk to the barbarians.
So where are you going to go for this power?
There is a tomb located somewhere in the Brasslands, and there is a tomb located in Talashar. There's also a tomb located in was this always called Abanek something?
Abankai.
Abankai.
Mm-hmm.
There was supposed to be one there that was the dwarfs tomb for the smithing that we could acquire that, and we could bring that to the barbarians.
All right, we need to
for
focus
forging
our
weapons.
options. Okay, we're spreading out too much.
Good.
We've been.
Okay.
What are you guys gonna do? I need you to pick an option. Otherwise, we're gonna spend weeks doing nothing.
I don't want to make an
More
executive
narrow than
decision,
power.
but
More
I
narrow.
make it-
I vote to visit the barbarians.
Right now.
Okay.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
voting as well.
Leave the
I'm
goblins
voting-
behind and just go to the Brasslands.
For the barbarians as well.
I'm tired of sitting around with goblins and goblin poop, and
Oh, good. We get barbarians and fine.
Very well.
sorry, Maya,
Very well.
I didn't know that you like the goblins more than the barbarians.
Let's find out if the
seem that
barbarians
happy.
wanna
Statue. I like not being a statue, brother.
go. Let's find
Only
out if
because they
barbarians wanna go.
have, if they have, a
I think
basilisk,
it's just going
It
to
does
turn
not
out that
mean
they are just
that they
walking
have to
around
use it
giant
against us.
crocodile.
All right, Sarah, you're the one here that seems the most committed and determined to a course of action.
Yeah.
What are you gonna? The rest of your party is arguing. They don't have the divine guidance and wisdom that comes with being a cleric. They can't get over their own normal stuff. It's looking like it's your turn to lead. What are you gonna do?
Well, I think we're going to go to the Brasslands and try to talk to the barbarians. And I think, so let's see. I think we can just go there and try to find them. I mean, yes, they do have alliances with the goblins, the kobolds, sorry. I think we should just go to the Brasslands. We'll find them just by ourselves, I think.
All right. Party is gonna head to the Brasslands. You are down here on the coast.
finally.
Many roads lead to Rome. How are you going to get from here to the Brasslands?
Shore. We're gonna
Shore.
go along the shore side. Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, the party is going to walk along the coast and try
If
and
we
get
find
to
a
the
fishing
Brasslands.
village, let us know.
Will do. See you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.